This is a virtual Google Earth tour of a backpack trip that's going to go from Horseshoe Meadows Campground to Whitney Portal. Our trip will start in Lone Pine, California. From there, we will drive out Horseshoe Meadow Canyon Road to the campground area. And at that point, we're going to need to send a couple of volunteers over to Whitney Portal to drop a car off, our exit point. That little trip alone will be a 2.5-hour drive. After spending the night at the campground, we'll start our hike, and day one will take us to Soldier Lake. That hike alone will involve about 1,500 feet elevation gain. Day two will be an optional hike to the top of Mount Langley, the southerlymost peak over 14,000 feet. If you choose not to take that option, you can hang around and fish at one of 3 lakes that are real nearby. Day 3 will involve going from Soldier Lake all the way around to Timberline Lake, the longest day of the week for us at 12.4 miles. Still a pretty minimal elevation gain of about maybe 1,500 feet again. Day 4 will be a big elevation gain day. We're going to go from Timberline Lake at just over 11,000 feet all the way up to the top of Mount Whitney at 14,495 feet. If you don't take the Whitney option, you're still going to be going up to 13,000 something to get up over the trail crest area. That end of the day will find us at Trail Camp, or what is also known as Consultation Lake. The 5th and final day of our hike will send us downhill all the way to Whitney Portal, an easy hike of only 6 miles. Okay, now that you've got kind of the big picture of what this trip looks like, let's take a ground level view at this thing. As I said, it starts at Horseshoe Meadows Campgrounds right there. And after camping there for the night, we will get up and we will head westward towards Cottonwood Pass. Most of the elevation gain will happen pretty quick, and up over this pass we will go. It's kind of strange that it's called a pass, because usually you go down the other side. This one you don't. But ultimately you do kind of gently go down here just a little bit down to lower Soldier Lake. There it is. And it sits right beneath Mount Langley. We'll probably camp over here right in this area. Looks good. Never been there. Don't know. Next day you can fish at Soldier Lake, or you can fish at Upper Soldier Lake. There's also this little guy right here, little unnamed lake down off of Rock Creek. If you're not into fishing, you can come with me, and we'll backtrack a little bit and then head up towards Army Pass, and then from there off trail all the way up to Mount Langley Peak, to the very tip top. It'll be a hard climb, but well worth the view. Should be very dramatic. It's just a turnaround hike, so from there we will just kind of go back the way we came very quickly and easily, and rejoin the fishermen at Soldier Lake and stay yet one more night at Soldier Lake. So we'll be a total of 2 nights at Soldier Lake. The next day, day 3, we will follow Rock Creek down. Should be a very pleasant hike at the beginning of the day through thick forest and riverbed. Then we'll go over what I call Guyute Pass, because that's right there's Guyute Flat. It really is an unnamed pass, so I don't know. Then we'll descend down into Grouse Meadows, a very nice little area, and we'll start hiking towards Mount Whitney. There it is. And we will stop and camp at Timberline Lake. Very nice area. I've camped there before. Good for all, about 11,000 feet. The next day we will leave the pine trees. We will be above Timberline. We will skirt Guitar Lake, heading towards some wonderful switchbacks. Yes, look at them. This is real. This is how steep it is. This is why there's so many switchbacks. We'll go all the way up to this little spot right here, a junction, where we'll drop our packs. And from there, we'll go across the ridge all the way to the top of Mount Whitney. This little portion of the trail is about 2.2 miles from that trail junction. And don't worry about your packs. The Forestry Service provides marmots to watch over all of your belongings. Then we'll go up over the trail junction there, or the trail pass area, and we'll go down this. Yes, bone-crunching, 99 switchbacks, all the way to Trail Camp or Consultation Lake. We'll spend the night here. And the next morning, off we go again, hiking through the rocks, and at Mirror Lake we will re-enter some forest, and should have a very pleasant hike coming down. When we pass Lone Pine Lake, you will see the parking lot down below, but don't be fooled. Look at all those switchbacks left to go. You probably still have about an hour and a half, but fear not, you will arrive at Whitney Portal. All right, let's look at some charts. I think it's a good idea sometimes to look at the mileage and the elevation gain and loss on in a chart form. That helps quite a lot. So here we've got our days, title. Along the left here we've got elevation, and then along the bottom we're going to put some miles, and then let's throw in some grid lines. There we go. All right, day one's going to look like this. Going to basically start out a little bit below 10,000 feet and end a little bit below 11,000 feet. Day two is an optional day. Day two would be basically hiking to the top of Mount Langley, and it looks like that. And you don't have to do that if you don't want to. It would be the steepest climb of the week if you did want to do it. Day three is going to be the longest hike, as you can see here. The longest one, it's 12.4 miles that day. But again, elevation gain isn't that significant. It's like 1,500 feet, I think, from the lowest point to the highest point, basically where we're camping at Timberline Lake. Day four is the big day. Day four is hitting Mount Whitney. But I've plotted here first what it looks like without Mount Whitney. But here's what it looks like with Mount Whitney. Without Mount Whitney added, you add about 4 miles in addition to, almost 1,000 feet of elevation gain, something like that. So a harder day, but remember, the hike to the top of Mount Whitney from that little tippy point there of the blue line would be done without packs. So 4 miles of this hike would be done without your full pack. Day 5 is the last day of the hike, and as I said before, it'll be a pleasant hike, and once you get down into the pines, I think. For some, however, it will only be pleasant if they're well medicated, because as you can see, it is all downhill. Best part of this hike is hot showers that await you at Whitney Portal. I think they're $3, so remember to bring your towel. Now, this chart's probably a little confusing, so let's get rid of some of this stuff and get rid of that. And let's look at what it looks like end to end, the trip from the beginning to the end. First chart we've got here shows all options. Basically, you can hike. This shows if you hike Mount Langley and hike Mount Whitney Peak, and it puts you at about 48 miles total. Second option would be to eliminate Mount Langley and hang out and read or, tend your blisters, whatever you're going to do, fish, and this is what it would look like, 38 miles. You basically cut off 10 miles from your trip. Last option is for the weenies out there who don't want to hike any of the peaks and just want to get through the trip. That brings your total mileage down to 34 miles and looks something like this. So there you go. That's the whole trip looked at about every way I can think of to look at it. If you're watching this video, I hope you can come along and join the fun. Thanks.